What is going on, everybody? Shane and Jessi here to bring you some very important information, namely our impressions on handsome, is it a boy or girl? Have we decided? I mean,
I think it's a girl.
it's a girl, maybe, but it's got this thing back here. And is that kind of like a penis?
That doesn't matter.
We're 20 seconds in and we've already gone blue. This is
You did.
I'm sorry. I need to just accept who I am is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Just like we need to accept that this is a gender neutral console.
I think it's a girl because it's very aerodynamic
And you can take
and adaptable.
and you can take its arms off. So we're going to talk about our impressions of the Nintendo Switch. It's been out for about a day or so, and we were incredibly lucky enough to show up at a GameStop at 8 p.m., and I guess there had been sort of a clerical error, and some nice people kind of informed GameStop who were mistaken about how many people were actually in line to get one. There was one more left, so we got to get a new console in a way that is complete bullshit because everyone else had to wait for like 12 hours or a day, and we had to wait 4 hours.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna stop you there because I was feeling really lucky, and I just knew that the universe was on our side.
Right. Well, what it is that the universe knew that we did YouTube videos.
Right.
And they were like, how they gonna do YouTube videos on Switch?
Mm-hmm.
So we got one. So in this video, we're just gonna simply talk about the hardware itself. So I know both of us now. I spent about 10 hours yesterday only playing the Switch, which is the first time I've done something like that since I was like a kid. So my impressions are quite good so far. I know you've spent less time with it than me because I was
of
off.
Life and being busy and having
you had
work
to
to do.
yesterday, and I didn't, and also I was hogging it a lot of the other time because I really really like it. What are your general impressions of just the hardware itself?
I love the controllers.
You now, are you playing much with the Joy-Cons on or off? Have you played much with them?
Because I forgot that I could take them off, and also I haven't had time.
Forgot this was a Switch.
Yeah, because I actually have like a ton of work that I have to do like outside of my actual job, and I know that if I continue to play it, then I'm not gonna do that.
Okay.
So it's kind of like,
sure.
work first and then play later. So
I
I've
guess.
been like trying to like put some distance between it and myself because I will fall down that rabbit hole
The
and
one that I fell down.
never like come back ever.
So let's talk about the controllers for a minute. Obviously, when they're on the Switch, I feel like everything's relatively comfortable. I am a PlayStation person, so I'm used to my sticks not being offset, so that's taken a little bit of getting used to, but it's not too bad. The buttons are very clicky. They're a little bit mushier than the Vita, but a lot more clicky than like the PlayStation.
I like the
They got a
clickiness.
good- I do too.
I don't like how far my hands have to be like up here because like I like having both of I like having these fingers on the trigger and the bumper buttons on like a normal controller.
Right.
But like
They're
on
much
this,
further down.
I have to like kind of hold it up higher, and so I feel like I'm gonna drop it like at all times, and I am terrified to walk around with it because I can't walk around with my phone without dropping it.
I do from the Vita. I've learned I do the pinky support. If you hold it like this, it feels awkward. The pinkies come down.
Let's just compare that.
And they hold it, so your hands might not be big. Yeah, just do that.
It just looks like a terrifying spider.
This is how I like to hold the Vita when I play it. Like that. Both. Just kind of like this. And then I'll play it like that. So that, I mean, you have very small hands, and that's interesting because a lot of people were concerned that had big hands that it would be too much.
I think it's opposite.
Right. Well, but see, you have very small hands. I have small hands, and your hand, like, these are not big hands, and your hands are so much even smaller than mine. So you have tiny baby hands. So that's where you're running into problems.
Yeah.
I find it for my small, for like if I'm wearing gloves, I'm a medium or a small. So just keep that in mind. I'm like a big guy. So for me, it feels great. It's perfect. Even when it's in the dock, it still feels pretty much perfect for me. People were complaining with the the Joy-Con grip that your fingers are too close together in the back.
I would need to try it. Like,
I haven't really had that problem.
Yeah.
It feels fine to me.
Mm-hmm.
I love the sticks. They're way better than the Vita sticks because they're bigger. There's a little bit more travel.
Mm-hmm.
Not much more, but enough that the Vita sticks never felt quite right to me. These are fine. I haven't thought about it.
I kind of like.
They click well.
I kind of like them being like offset.
You like the offset?
Yeah, like that. That to me is not weird. Well, it's kind of weird, but you remember the GameCube controller was kind of like that.
It was, yeah,
you
because
know,
you had your C stick down there.
Yeah, so I kind of like that.
The screen looks
beautiful.
Looks great.
It's amazing.
It's I've not played it outside because I don't go outside anymore. As an adult, I just never have time for that. Mostly in artificial lighting, and the brightness is great. It's clear.
Mm-hmm.
Zelda in particular it's literally the only thing I've played. I own Shovel Knight.
Mm-hmm.
Just haven't looked at it because Zelda's really good, and we'll get to that in another video. Screen looks great, 720p. It's crisp, it's clear, color looks good. It pops.
The sounds when you click the Joy-Cons on, it kind of has a little echoey. Yeah, exactly like that.
You think we can capture it in the?
Maybe I'll be quiet.
Okay, we'll be very quiet. We'll see if you can hear the. Okay, here we go.
I was giving
Was your hand gonna help somehow?
Yeah. See.
We don't know. That may have been picked up. It may not have.
Was acoustics, just so you know.
Okay, I thought you were going to make sound with your hands. The only bad thing about the hardware is the kickstand. The kickstand is flimsy. In fact, there's a video that exists. It's not going to get published because I wasn't happy with other parts of it, where I pop I pop it off. I break it off.
Because it
goes. I was like this. So just learn from my mistakes. I was like this. I was putting the Joy-Cons back in.
Mm-hmm.
And I rewatched it, and I really didn't do it that hard.
No.
I just kind of did this, and it went snap.
Yeah.
And I had to pop it back in.
Which, you know, is really weird because I'm pretty sure in, like, the trailers for whatever.
People did
You don't
that
want to
in
call
the
it a
video,
trailer.
and I
The
tried
video.
it, and it broke off.
They were like, oh, you just snap it in like that.
Don't do
And
that.
then it went.
It just went.
Its poor little leg broke off.
So people have talked about having issues with their left Joy-Con desyncing. I've not had that happen ever. That doesn't mean that it won't happen. It's just that it hasn't happened for us. Battery life hasn't been a huge issue. I took it to work with me and played on my lunch break. My lunch break, that consisted of me playing for about 30 minutes. I went and got food and came back, sat in the break room, played for about half an hour. Obviously, that's fine. If you get 3 hours out of Zelda, I don't fly much. That'd be a pretty long flight. What do you, basically what I'm getting at is, what are you going to need this thing for 3 hours for?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's probably fine. And that's
What was the charging port again?
USB Type-C.
Could use a portable charger, I
You could
guess.
charge
But
it.
like it would probably
work
kill
totally
the
fine.
charger within like
This basically
15,
has
20
the battery
minutes.
capacity of like an iPad mini.
Mhm.
So you could bring a charger. Type-C chargers are not that uncommon. Now you could do that quite easily. But yeah, the battery life seems, it's fine.
that
you're
would
not
make
gonna go,
flights totally enjoyable.
Oh yeah, you could take it off and play Skyrim. Apparently,
Because
in the
everybody
video.
knows they're absolutely unbearable. In fact, I've only been on a 2-hour flight twice, and that was terrible. So I would
You
love
did
to have that thing
the
on
Nintendo
there.
Switch with you.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess the kickstand is iffy, and the other thing is that it is 100% not portable. I'm sorry, it's not. It does not fit in any pockets.
Yeah.
The only way that this thing is portable is if you pop off the controllers. Maybe you put the controllers in your front pockets and it in your back pocket, or you have a backpack maybe.
But that's why you buy the case, right? Like
it's not going in your
wasn't
pocket.
there like a portable case?
Yeah, they
It
make
was a
some
portable
But
dock.
then you have it in a case when you,
Yeah.
like maybe if it's like a
Or if you had that cool
like a fanny
jacket
pack or
that
something.
that Mr. Mobile has
and
with
you,
all
but
the
then you
pockets.
have a big old lump.
Wouldn't know.
You
It's
know,
like having a tablet in your
That's
pocket.
that's my Nintendo lump.
I was like, I came by your work to like pick it up, and then I had the thought where I was like, maybe I should go get some groceries, and I was like, I can't leave this in the car
No, it's too valuable.
because I was like, just someone's gonna walk by my car and
Just know
fucking
it's in
know
there.
that I have one, and
One
then
of
we would never be able to find another one.
One of the 2 million.
So
The only cool thing about the kickstand is that it very cleverly hides. You know, a few people see this. It hides the SD card slot.
oh yeah, turn it towards the camera down. Yeah. There you go.
That's pretty neat because you wouldn't know that it's there, and then there it is. And it takes just regular SD cards. I popped in a regular SD
That
card
right
I've had
there.
for months, and I doubled my storage because I
Yeah.
just had it already.
That's like the coolest thing they did
That's
with this
smart.
whole thing was that you could just use like a normal SD card.
So overall, my impressions are quite good. As far as HD rumble or motion control stuff, wouldn't know. Haven't tried it. Don't really give a fuck. I didn't buy it for that. I
You
bought
felt
it.
the rumble in there.
You can
'Cause
feel
they,
it, but
they
like
use it
not-
in Zelda, and like
it
to
feels
me,
like rumble.
yeah, but it's not as obnoxious. I guess I want to
Sure.
say. I like one of the doors will go down in the temple, and
It
you
is
feel
cool.
like a slight buzz, and I'm like, oh,
But
that doesn't make me want to throw the controller across the room.
they've
or the whole
talked about
thing.
it like that it's HD rumble, that it's supposed to be better than regular rumble. I don't know. The IR sensor on the bottom of this Joy-Con, again, wouldn't know. I'm not buying one to Switch. I don't
We're
care
not
about
gonna
those games.
Shake
I'm not gonna
the
waggle.
Joy-Con and be like, oh, how many glasses?
How many balls are in
ice,
this
yeah.
controller?
Ice
don't-
cubes in this
I
cup.
don't care. If you enjoy 1-2 Switch, that's fine. But that's not why I bought it. I bought
Yeah.
it for Zelda and Mario Kart, and that's what I'm gonna play on it. So yeah, I mean, overall, for what we wanted, like I've said before, you have to kind of keep your expectations reasonable. From what we wanted the thing for, I'm really pleased with it so far.
Mhm.
It's a really interesting piece of hardware, and I'm really hopeful that it gets that indie support, because if it becomes
So far, it seems to be. It's getting Stardew Valley. I
Mhm.
mean, Shovel Knight on there is like pretty cool too. I could see. Do we know about Spelunky? Like whether that's
I
gonna
would
be
love
on
to
there?
see a lot of that stuff get ported
Yeah.
over. Rogue Legacy would be pretty neat too.
Mhm.
To
I
me,
think I even saw like the Binding of Isaac
Yep.
was going to be on
Yep.
there, which is like such a weird. Like I would never imagine that we would be playing that on like a current
Nintendo,
Nintendo console, because that game is messed up.
poop baby game. It's
Mhm.
weird.
I like it and it looks great on our entertainment shelf.
Yeah,
It goes so great with our decor
yeah,
because it's so minimalistic.
yeah. It looks pretty neat sitting there.
And I'm so glad we didn't get the neon one.
I am too. It's just
I wouldn't have minded because beggars can't be choosers, but like it
if-
just
if
looks
I-
so
If I
good.
could choose it, gray looks better.
Mhm.
So yeah, I mean, if basically the Switch can take over where the Vita left off, be
I think
the
it's
indie
going
system,
to.
which to me would be fucking awesome, because the Vita's kind of, it is what it is.
It's
for,
dead.
For a couple of years, the Vita was my primary gaming system. That may sound insane, but I swear to you, it was.
Mhm.
So if it can start getting those indie games and Mario and Zelda and Mario Kart and Animal Crossing, and on and on and on, some of these.
Some remasters.
If you think about the DS, was really that indie system early on. There were
Mhm.
some games on the DS that were freaking bonkers
hmm
that I would love to see reemerge, that style of games on this, plus the regular Nintendo games. I'm hopeful. Do I think I'm going to play Battlefield on it or any big Grand Theft Auto? No, I
You
don't.
don't need to.
But that's not what my expectation is. I want indies. I want this to be my Nindy system, my Nintendo indie system. So hardware wise, I'm very positive. There's not much to say about the software. It works. It's quick.
Mhm.
The
I
menus,
like it. I
the
mean,
menu's
it's
very minimalist.
it's not really gimmicky. Like I thought, I hated I hated the home screen on like the Wii and everything. Like I thought it was terrible.
One thing it doesn't have is music.
Yeah.
Doop, 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 doop,
Which is like
bing, bing,
good.
bing.
Even though I do kind of
Beep,
like
beep, beep.
that. I miss that music. But
It's really fast though, and
Mhm.
one thing that it does, and I'll this may sound crazy, but one thing it does better than the PlayStation 4 is not being slow as shit. And like when you do something like hitting the screenshot button, that was the home button.
Mhm.
That's how fast it is. It's instantaneous, which is great. Apparently, we're gonna get
is
some
there
more features. As
any sorry to interrupt. Is there like any? You can't broadcast, right? Like
no
you can't
video
take
capture
videos?
yet. Apparently, that's coming.
I
We'll
want
see.
it so bad because I had some hilarious
Oh yeah,
encounters
there's some
on
moments
Zelda.
in Zelda that I was like, man, I wish I could have saved that. So yeah, overall, pretty positive on the hardware. No real big complaints to give. There's a lot of potential here. If you manage to snag one of these bad boys in the last couple nights, let us know what you think about the hardware. We'd love to hear your comments. If you have any complaints about the hardware, we'd love to hear those as well. You know the whole like, share, subscribe thing. We don't need to say. If you dislike the video, it's fine. Just tell us what you didn't like. We'll try to improve. So until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.